Hi everyone, welcome back to Easy Learning with Amy Mac. So in today's video, we are covering the third function of supply chain management, which is production. Okay, so let's see first what is production. Production is the process of converting raw materials into finished goods that customers actually use. So production is nothing but a process. For example, you can see here they're manufacturing a bullock cart or an auto. So here what they are doing, they're using the raw material to produce a finished product. So it is a process. Production is nothing but a process of converting a raw material into finished good. So in supply chain management, production connects procurement and distribution. So procurement is an upstream activity and distribution is nothing but logistics, which is a downstream activity, which I've already explained in my first video. So production is nothing but the process between procurement and distribution. So without production, raw materials are useless. Customers get nothing. Why? First of all, raw materials are called for production itself. If production is not taking place, then what is the use of raw materials, right? So raw materials are useless without production, and customers also get nothing. They can't go and work with the raw materials. They can't get things done with the parts. They need a finished product, right? So that is why production is very crucial. So it's a core function of supply chain management. In the entire supply chain management, production is very, very crucial and very important. Okay, so let's see real world example. So we'll take an example of chocolate factory. To make chocolates, the company needs raw materials like cocoa powder, sugar, milk, wrappers. Okay, so now let's see the flow. Procurement buys raw materials. In the sense, procurement buys cocoa powder, sugar, milk, wrappers. So production converts them into chocolates. So what the production team does, they convert all these raw materials into a finished product called chocolate. Quality teams checks chocolates. Nothing but after production, they have to check the quality, whether it meets company standards. Right? Now, then after that, they store it into a warehouse. After packing it, the finished product they store into the warehouse. Then logistics delivers to shop. So here nothing but this is a flow of supply chain. So if you understand this, it's that you understood the entire supply chain management. So first the procurement takes place, then production, then quality checking, then warehouse, then logistics. So production is where value is created. Nothing but without production, entire supply chain is a waste. Production is very, very important in the entire supply chain management. In short, I'll tell you, supply chain management is done for production itself so that the production goes well and customers get delivered their product on time. Okay, let's see simple production flow diagram. See, again and again, I'm repeating the same thing. In all these slides, you can see the flow of supply chain only. I'm getting this because you get to know that production is a part of supply chain management, and without the supply chain management, production cannot take place. So here again you see customer demand, nothing but knowing the customer need. Then production planning takes place, nothing but the raw materials, then manufacturing, then quality check of finished product, right? Then in the end warehouse, and it reaches to the end customers. So if you know this flow thoroughly, it's that you have mastered supply chain management. I repeat again, you'll master supply chain management if you know this flow thoroughly. See, again, I'll tell you, you can elongate it or you can minimize whatever it is, the steps, the flows as per your understanding. But just you need to know the basic. First, customer demand, then production takes place. That is what from raw materials to manufacturing, quality check. Then you'll get a finished product. Then it will be stored into a warehouse and then final delivery to a end customer. Isn't it easy? It's very easy if you understand the entire flow. Okay, next let's see production planning. This I've already covered in my second video. That's the first function of supply chain management. So let's see again. So before production starts, company plans how much to produce. How much to produce in the sense how much quantity to be produced. See, you can overproduce or underproduce. You have to plan how much to be produced and when to produce, like what time to produce, which machine, which shift, night shift, day shift, mid shift. Okay, example, if demand is 10,000 units, production must plan what? Raw material quantity, labor, machine capacity. So production planning is this, right? So now if we do wrong planning, what happens? We'll go into losses. We'll incur huge loss. Because see, raw material quantity, if you acquire a lot of quantity, it's loss. And also, if you keep under stock, again it's a loss. You don't have quantity that time. Is it not? And now see labor. During the time which is given for the production, if production does not take place, the line is stopped, what happens? You have to pay wages to the labor. That is also a loss. Then machine capacity. If you produce more than the capacity, your machine might spoil. And if you produce under the capacity and like you're not planning optimally, for example, the capacity of the machine is 1600 units and you're planning for 1000 units, but actual demand you need is like 1400 units. So extra 400 units you're not covering into that machine capacity. Again, you have to produce that 400 units some other time. So here again the cost will incur. It's a huge cost for the company. So planning is very important. And good planning. I'll highlight it. Good planning is very important. If the planning goes wrong, then you'll incur a lot of loss. So that's why production planning is very, very crucial. Next, let's see types of production. First is make to stock. Nothing but products are produced first, then sold. For example, in shops you see examples like stationery items, bottle, pen, pencil, cold drinks, chips. All these are already produced first, not based on customers' demand, because we know that customers have demand for all this. So first it is produced and then sold to the retail shops. For example, see biscuits, soap, cold drink. So used when demand is predictable. These demands are predictable. We know that people need this. And as per their need it is, whenever they want, they will go and get it into the shop. But these all are predictable. We know that this is going to be sold. That's why these products are produced first and then sold. Next one, make to order. Make to order is nothing but production starts after customer order. So see the difference. In first you will produce, then you will sold, right? Here, first production starts based on customer's order because you're going to produce the customized order that you cannot produce and store it because it does not have a high demand. Only few of the customers need it based on the demand. For example, see custom furniture. They have a design and they give it to the manufacturing team. They say, I need this kind of design. Customize and give it to me. So post customer order only they can start the production. Special machines, same based on their ideas. So here less inventory, more waiting time. So they don't have to keep more inventory and it will not even incur more cost, right? Less inventory. It's a limited inventory as per customers' demand. What as per customers want. But more waiting time because the production starts after they confirm what they need. After that only we can procure the raw materials and everything, right? The process start after customer confirms the order and what they actually need. Third one is assemble to order. See, the name itself says assemble to order. All the raw materials have been assembled, just production needs to take place. That's all. See, parts are ready. Final assembly after order. Okay. Example, laptop. See, RAM, SSD chosen by customers. The laptop is already ready. They have to choose whatever they need and they have to insert into a laptop. So balance between speed and customization. So these are three types of production. Now next, see, quality in production. This is real world importance. So production is not just about quantity. Quality is critical because after producing, you need to know whether it actually works. How is the product? Because if the quality is poor, it's a very bad name. Your brand value will go down. People will not come back to your company and buy stuffs, right? So production is not just about quantity. Quantity is very important during planning a production, but quality is also that much only crucial. See, poor quality leads to customer complaints, returns, brand damage. All these things, you know where it comes from. When your quality is poor of the product. That's why companies do inspection. They check whether the product is working, whether the product is fine, is there any damage. They check after the production. And some check between the production also in every stage. See, testing. That is what they test whether the product is working. Then process control. They'll have control on the process. See, example, Toyota focuses on quality at every stage. Just now I told. They will also check quality on every stage, not just final inspection, not just final product. Every stage. After each raw material has been assembled to a product, they will check whether it's working, whether it's right. If it's good to go, then they will proceed further. Now, why production is important in supply chain? So we all know this. Good production leads to lower cost, on-time delivery, better quality, and customer satisfaction. And poor production leads to delays, wastage, and high cost. So that's why production is very important. Without that, you'll have overstock, understock, you don't know what you're doing, what time you have to deliver things, you don't have proper standard, you hire laborers and just pay them without any accounts, right? All these things will lead to poor production. That's why production directly affects company profit. So it is very important to plan accordingly. Now let's see production plus other supply chain functions. See, again, I'm bringing the entire supply chain into a picture because without supply chain, nothing is possible and everything is same. If you are clear with this concept now, you know entire supply chain. See, again I'm repeating the same thing. See, production works closely with procurement, raw materials, inventory, nothing but stock levels, logistics, delivery, sales, demand, all these are included. So production is a team player. Is not working alone, right? That's why we say supply chain management. It includes everything. You can't alone do production without procurement. You can't deliver without production. So everything is dependable, depending on each other. It's an entire supply chain management. Okay, let's see the conclusion. Production in supply chain management is the process that converts demand into reality by efficiently transforming raw materials into finished goods. So we are very clear about it, very simple to understand. Production is nothing but converting a raw material into finished good. It's an entire supply chain. And production is a process between raw material and finished goods. Yeah, this is it about this function and in this video. I hope it's clear to everybody and it's very easy to understand. And I request to subscribe to my channel for the upcoming videos. There'll be many more functions coming up. And if you really like my teaching session, you can share it to your friends. It will be helpful for them as well. Um, yeah, until then, bye bye. Take care. See you in the next video. Signing off. Easy learning with Amy Mac.